Alrighty, so we're gonna continue learning about shift formulas. So there are two types of shifts. There are number one being vertical, number two is horizontal. Okay, so vertical is concerned with up and down, right? Up and down, so it's concerned with y-axis, whereby the horizontal shift is concerned with left and right, therefore it's concerned with x-axis. Okay, so suppose that we have the original function y equals to f of x, right? This is the original function, and then if we want to do vertical shift, we're gonna take the original function and we add a constant k, right? K is a real number, it's a constant. So the whole graph will either move upwards or downwards depending on the signs of k. Okay, so if k is positive, then it's going to move up. If k is negative, then it's going to move down. Okay, this is proportional to the y-axis itself, right? So say that the y-axis, we have the y-axis, this is x, this is y. So as we move up, it's going to be more positive, right? We move down, it's going to be negative. It's going to be more negative. Okay, so so that's that. And then we have number two is the horizontal shifts. But now the change is not outside the function, right? The change is inside of the parenthesis. So x plus h, where we have h is also a real number, right? It's a constant. But for this shifts, it's going to involve x-axis. It's going to be the opposite of the vertical shift. Okay, so if h is positive, then the whole graph is moving to the left. If h is negative, it's moving to the right. Although that if we have a plus sign, is naturally we would think that it will move to the right, but it's the opposite of that. Okay, what else? The units. The units depends on the magnitude of k and h. Okay, so now the application of the absolute value comes in, because when we're moving, the distance is not positive or negative, right? We know the positive and negative, they just show the direction, and then the units is the magnitude of k. So if you have f of x plus k positive, that means the whole original graph is going to move upwards k units. Okay, and if you have y equals to f of x plus h, so if h is positive, the whole original graph is going to move left to the left by h units, by the absolute value of h units. Okay, so let's see example. So here we have example. The original for the vertical, this is for vertical shift. Alright, so the original graph is f of x equals to x squared. Okay, so this is the original graph. This is f of x. Okay, so we see here the whole function when we add 1. Okay, so when we add 1, our k equals to 1. This is positive, right? So the original function is moving upwards 1 unit, right? So here we have 0 here. We are moving up 1 unit. All right, and then we have here plus 2, so therefore k equals to 2. This is also positive, so it's moving upwards 2 units, right? So this is 0 plus 2. The whole graph still looks the same, it's just shifting, we're just moving it. So let's take a look at the negative part here. Here we have negative 2, so k equals to negative 2. Negative 2 is less than 0, so it's moving downwards. Okay, downwards 2 units, the units is 2. Okay, so that's the example of vertical shift. So let's see an example for horizontal shift. We have the same original function, y equals to x squared is here. This is y, this is f of x, the blue one, f of x, right? So here, the red function here, we have negative 2. So h equals to negative 2. This is going to be negative, right? F of x minus x plus h, whereby h is negative. So negative in the horizontal shift is going to move to the right by 2 units. Okay, 2 is the absolute value of negative 2. And then we have here the h equals to 3. This is a positive number, so the original function moved to the left 3 units. Okay, so now let's see the mixture of horizontal and vertical shifts. So here we have the graph of y equals to so this is the graph of y equals to x minus 2, absolute value, minus 1. So it kind of looked like from the original graph here, y equals to absolute value of x, right? So let's try to plot this first. So y equals to absolute value of x is going to be here. Okay, so this is y equals to absolute value of x, right? And then we shifted 2 units to the right. So the whole graph here, we want to move 2 units to the right. So this is 0. 0 plus 2 is going to be here, right? The corner is going to be here. So I'm going to use another color. Okay, so shifted 2 units to the right, is the corner is going to be here, so to draw the same graph. I'm so bad with this. Let's erase this first, and then take the ink again. So I'm gonna draw this real good. Okay, you should be drawing better than me, okay? But the orange is shifting to the right 2 units. So now you have y equals to x minus 2, right? And then the next step is 1 unit down, moving down. So that's why the whole equation becomes the blue one here. So that's minus 1. Okay, so that's the combination of vertical and horizontal shifts. Okay, that's it. Thank you.